Greetings humans, Spinningmantis here with a special question and answer episode. Thanks so much for joining me. This is inspired by a guy named Mr. Stainless001, who is a YouTuber, someone who reached out to me when I was brand new doing the YouTube thing, and I've chatted with a bit. I have recently joined his small YouTube community group on Facebook, and that is what inspired this episode. People posted questions in the community, and I am going to answer them. So I hope that this is informative and interesting. So I'm just going to run this in the background. This is, since I don't do video, this is as much of my face as you're ever going to see on the internet. I actually usually perform wearing a mask. There's a variety of luchador masks and ski masks and stuff like that that me and my partner Santo, we'll call him Santo, wear on stage. So this is about as much of my face as you're going to get to see on the internet probably ever. I am the guy in the front right. So let's just start off and answer a few questions. The first question is from Mr. Stainless001. What is your least favorite thing about making videos? I've watched a bunch of other people's Q&As, and it seems pretty universal that people say editing. I don't do any editing. I just kind of wanted to let people know my general channel philosophy here is that I've got a lot of hobbies. I've got a full-time job. I'm really only interested in doing YouTube as it is easy for me to do. So I have lots of great recording equipment for audio. I don't use it because it's a pain in the butt to set up. I have video editing software. I don't use it. I actually went to school and know how to use all the Creative Suite, and I've been doing video editing for a very long time, like 20 years. But YouTube, I'm just playing games, having fun, talking away, and recording it. So I would say least favorite thing about making videos is editing. I don't do it. Next question is from Nubkex. Have you changed your channel identity over time, or have you stuck to the same type of content style since the beginning? I've only been doing this for about 4 months, very, very late, like December 2015. And yeah, it's already evolved a little bit. I had the original idea to mostly put up my ambient sort of content, and then I decided to get into Let's Plays with my partner, Squirt Reynolds. So I've just sort of added things over time, and you know, maybe I started with more of a arty kind of intent. I have changed to more of a typical crack jokes Let's Player in a lot of my content, and then have also added a little bit of goofy voice role playing. So it's changed within 4 months already, but other than that, I have not changed the main identity of how I act, what I do, the type of things I like. I'm only really playing what I like. The next question is from Nathalicious XD. XD makes like a little squee face. So, who's the biggest influence on your videos, or who do you aspire to be like? I don't necessarily aspire to be like anybody, but there's certainly people who influence my videos. The biggest one's probably Splattercat, and if you like the type of content I'm doing, you will probably enjoy his stuff too. He's the first person I watched do long dark content. He does mostly indie games, a lot of like roguelike and turn-based strategy and sim and a lot of weird stuff like that, a lot of beta stuff, a lot of alpha stuff. But he puts out a lot of content. He puts out like 4 or 5 videos a day. He's real consistent with his content, and he's basically just yammering away, and he's fun to listen to, fun to watch. He does not do a cam for his playthroughs, but he does Q&A sessions and stuff like that, and he does a cam for that. Anyway, he is someone to check out. Splattercat at Splattercat Gaming on YouTube. And then also, I probably first got into watching Ghost Robo, and then via his podcast Volatile Gabe, and then also Drifter. When I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, he makes these awesome sort of in-depth videos about weapons where he shows you all the stats and the numbers and the math behind the guns that you're using and stuff in Call of Duty. So he's cool too. And then the most inspiring to me is by far Geek Remix. You should check out Geek Remix if you like funny Let's Plays. It's completely over the top. It's LGBT friendly, feminist, but not like hardcore feminist. I mean the content that is. They're very cool, funny people who are doing that. So it's Mari and Stacy over at Geek Remix. They really inspire me to put out cool and interesting content because they're so good. The next question is from Venoms. What is or was your favorite part about doing YouTube apart from communicating with your viewers? I like making thumbnails. Like I said, I'll do the whole Photoshop, Illustrator, Creative Suite thing. I knock them out really fast. I like typography and laying stuff out. I like uploading them and seeing them up there. I like posting the videos and recording them. The games I play, I enjoy all of them. I don't play anything that I'm not interested in. So that one is that. The next question is from Karina Tucker. What made you start your channel? Well, I definitely sort of had an inspiration. I was watching a lot of Drifter and Ghost Robo, and I was like, whoa, all of a sudden I'm watching all this YouTube stuff, watching all these Let's Plays and in-depths and stuff like that. I don't know, I just feel like I'd like to do that. It seemed like it would be a fun thing to do, really not too hard to accomplish and pull off. I always create a lot of art and music, and I love to be able to share digital content with people. So if someone can just click on the internet and see stuff I've been doing, hear my voice, interact with me in some way, super cool. So next question is from Colton Steiner. If you could create a video game, what would it be, and what type of game would it be? Well, I'm not going to give away any of my really good ideas. I actually worked in the game development industry in the past, and I have had one of my biggest ideas taken and changed and produced, so I'm not necessarily going to share my great ideas, but I've always wanted to make an RPG, role-playing game. It's just my favorite genre since I was a kid. Fallout, Planescape, Baldur's Gate, before that Bard's Tale, Ultima. From the beginning I've been playing computer games and video games since the Commodore 64 and the Atari 2600. So I would like to make an RPG. The Canadian Ginger, what was the very first video on your channel, and what did you play and record it on? Well, hello, Canadian Ginger. I like your logo, and I enjoyed watching your video. Shout out to Canadian Ginger. So my first video was a sort of a test video with Squirt Reynolds, and we kind of did a let's play of Shadow of Mordor. It was a pretty short video. We never made another one. I've actually never played Shadow of Mordor since. I definitely want to revisit it at some point, but you know, maybe when it gets to be a real slow games time. Right now I'm juggling lots of games that I really am psyched about playing. So first video was a let's play with Squirt Reynolds of Shadow of Mordor, and it is on my channel, and I think it's pretty funny. I mean, Squirt's, you know, the funny one. She's so much funnier than I am. I really enjoy doing let's plays with Squirt Reynolds. And I recorded it on, my setup is the Elgato HD60, and I've got a MacBook Pro with SSD. So that's what I'm doing this stuff on, and then the Elgato software. Next question is from 62Kicks. 62Kicks. What differences about you and your channel make you stand out among other YouTubers? I don't know if there's anything in particular. You know, I like to think I'm kind of a smart person. I like to talk a lot. I don't have problems talking. You know, I think I'm mildly funny, but like I said, not as funny as Squirt Reynolds. So hilarious. But, you know, I focus on a lot of indie games. I started doing a series called Mr. Nasty, where I kind of lightly role play it and do kind of deep action hero voice and stuff, and just try to be all moody and stuff. So, you know, I think my thumbnails are okay. I've been refining them over time, but like I said, I just kind of knock them out. It's pretty easy. I think eventually what about this channel, Spinningmantis, could be a standout is refining the Let's Plays with Squirt Reynolds, and, you know, really getting the audio good. And I feel like if we have more time to do that, and, you know, put a little more time and effort into it, and are able to do it more, because, you know, Squirt has a job too. Gets up very early to do it, so often has to go to sleep pretty early. I think that could make the channel stand out as a really good, fun and funny kind of guy and girl team of Let's Players. This is from Squishifer. What is your most memorable moment when recording? Kind of playing Fallout 4 on launch day. That was like one of the first videos I ever made. You know, it was within the first 10 videos I ever made. So I was like super psyched to just every moment of that was like, and it really didn't disappoint. It definitely starts strong, Fallout 4 does. And then after that, you know, it becomes very super open world, twisty and turny and windy, and, you know, you could just, it's so hard to finish. It's so big. But anyway, yeah, just playing Fallout 4. And there have been a couple things like, you know, in the long dark, when I've been playing that, when I did something new for the first time, I got to the top of Timberwolf Mountain. It's a long mountaineering climb all the way up to the top, and you almost can't make it. And I got to the top, and I was exhausted, but I lost my grip, and I kind of fell, but held on. So that was a really amazing kind of dynamic moment. So the next question is from Artist Explores the World. What would you like your channel to grow and change into over the next year? Well, I definitely have been thinking about that. I've been thinking about my goals for the channel. My early goals are definitely just like to get 100 subscribers. You know, certain of my videos have gotten a real nice amount of views that I've enjoyed so far. But yeah, I'd love to have 100 subscribers. And like I said in the previous question, just kind of be able to do more, bigger, better Let's Plays with Squirt Reynolds. Vidu asks, what games do you like to play? Well, it's pretty much what's up on my channel. It's The Long Dark, The Flame in the Flood, every single Telltale game, Life is Strange, RPGs, so, you know, Fallout 4, I played Witcher, love The Witcher, that type of stuff. Is YouTube all you do? This is another one from Nathan. Is YouTube all you do? Do you have a job education? And so doing what? Yes, I do have a job in an education. I have a degree in psychology, and I am 6 credits away from another degree in graphic design. And I work in advertising, in digital advertising, apps, sites, that kind of thing. And in the past, I worked for 12 years in like AAA big title game QA. I worked at Red Storm. I worked at Funcom. Worked at Playdom or Playdom. Basically Ubisoft, that kind of thing, as a QA professional. So, a question from Jam Donut 184. Of every console that has come out, past and present, what is your favorite and why? My favorite console, this is going to sound so lame. I have had like most of the consoles except for like I haven't had a PS3 or a PS4. I didn't have a SNES. I've had everything else other than that pretty much. My favorite is the Xbox One, and the reason is because you can do a lot more with it. Obviously, a lot more storage. I like having digital content rather than physical games. Yeah, it's got to be the Xbox One. So, the next question is from channel... No, it's not. The next question is from Meebo TV. Did you have prior experience with video audio editing and recording software, or was this all self-learned? I did. I started using like Premiere 20 years ago, like Master Tracks Pro. Earlier tonight, I had band practice for one of the bands, the band that's called Spinningmantis, actually, and I was using Ableton Live, this is a audio recording software. Like I said in a previous question, I'm just using the Elgato software here. I'm doing whatever is quick, easy, what I can plug in, plug out into my laptop that's not going to make a mess and take a half hour to set up. So I do it in my living room. I've got a 60-some inch flat screen here, and that's what I do all my gaming and all my stuff on. Good question. But yeah, we've been making videos since like the mid-90s. Me and Santo from Spinningmantis, the band, been making music videos and experimental videos, stop motion, stuff like that. So I'm going to take a sip of this Pellegrino. Pellegrino Limonata. Very, very delicious. So, the next question is from Kev Anathra. I hope I said that right. What's the one thing you haven't done but would like to try on YouTube? I do want to do streaming. Myself and Polish KGB, who recently started the Digi Shoot podcast, which is going to be a monthly podcast. So far, just on YouTube. We're going to try to get it out on iTunes and do it right. But we have kind of discussed streaming that, doing a streaming live monthly podcast. So that is something I have not done, but I would like to try on YouTube. I'm also completely set up to do Twitch, but I've never done that either. I might try twitching Long Dark or Flame in the Flood sometime. See what that's like. Definitely would never twitch League of Legends. Oh my god. That would be embarrassing. I am not that good at that game, but I like playing it. So the next question is Orion Stimson, and all these will be in the description, links to these people's channels if they have channels. Question: has anyone experimented with different browsers and upload time differences, or any other features a web browser or device has for users? I would really like to know people's experiences and even opinions. I'll probably try this out for myself as well. Well, I have to say that I don't have to do anything in the browser. In the Elgato software, you can upload to wherever you want or stream wherever you want from the main recording interface. So I have not had to mess with anything like that. I feel for you if you do. Next question. I think that may be all of our questions for now. Well, I really appreciate all of those, everyone who's participating in this Q&A experiment, everyone who has recorded their own videos and posted them. Kudos to you. I appreciate everyone who's answered my question. What was my question? Do you put videos? Do you put ads in your videos? And everyone answered that. The answer was pretty similar amongst everyone. They just use the standard YouTube settings like I do. Videos at the beginning and end. Other than that, yeah, like my long videos, I throw a commercial in the middle or whatever. And I don't think it serves every time because, you know, I just don't understand like why they get served sometimes and why they don't get served other times. But I've been like on other people's computers and like called up one of my videos and they didn't get served any ads. So I don't know what the deal with that is. But anyway, I think that is going to be all for now. I will try to come back at some time when I get more questions either on my Facebook page or in the comment section. If you do have any questions, please go ahead and post them right down there, right below this video in the comment section. I really, really super appreciate it. I'd love to engage with anybody if they have any questions about YouTube, the Elgato, music, art, my ambient videos, the Long Dark, Flame in the Flood, role-playing, anything. Just post in the comments down below. And I've got to say, once again, special shout out to Mr. Stainless 001 for being a nice guy, reaching out to me, chatting with me, and organizing this small YouTubers Facebook group, which has been fun so far. But I got to tell you, it's the only thing that brought me back to Facebook. I had not been on Facebook in 2 years. And I got back on Facebook for you, Mr. Stainless 001. Got back on Facebook for you and your Facebook group, and it's been worth it so far. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, that's going to be all for now. If you are just randomly watching this video and reach the end, I really appreciate it if you take the time to check out my comments, take a look at the playlists, maybe watch one of the Let's Plays with Spinningmantis and Squirt Reynolds, and see if you enjoy it. It's going to be all for now. Spinningmantis out. Namaste.